Good evening, Owls fans, and welcome to our JV matchup tonight between the Muncie Burris Owls and the Westfield Shamrocks. Just getting ready to do the starting lineups. Sorry for the delay. Westfield is actually a little bit delayed getting here today, so we're going to start a little later than normal. So, I'm going to quickly run through our sponsors and thank them for their sponsorship. Texas Roadhouse, Prime Trust Financial, Federal Credit, Once Upon a Child, Creek Run Environmental Engineering, Rod Cross with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Moe's Southwest Grill, Berrywinkle Frozen Yogurt, Central Indiana Orthopedics, Mahdi Grill, Star Insurance, O'Neill and Associates, Savage's Ale House, Meeks Mortuary, Fred and Diana Palmer with State Farm Insurance, Wendy Meyer with LuLaRoe, Doug Meyer with State Farm Insurance, and Gaddis Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram, the official sponsors of the Dodge Report. Getting ready to do the starting lineups.
Any use of inappropriate language, harassment towards an official or athlete may lead to removal from this game. Now for the team introductions. First, for the team appearing as the guests on the scoreboard.
First for Westfield.
Peyton Isley. Chloe Owens. Riley Finelli. Sydney Rader. Meg Taggart. Lauren Harvey. Sheridan Bixby, Katie Sweet, Grace Stewart, and Marion McAndrew. All right, now time, get on your feet. Let's make some noise for your Muncie.
And now for our Muncie Burris Owls.
Play out number 1, Esther Smith. Number 2, Mary Priest. Number 4, Daisy Johnson. Number 5, Joanne Proctor. Number 9, Kim Corinne. Number 11, Connie Prater. Number 12, Gracie Simpson. Number 3, Grace Mormon. Number 6, Corinne Myers. Number 10, Rosie Dragon. Number 14, Megan Allison. Number 18, Cindy Jones. And number 20, Katie Engel.
And we're getting ready as the Owls will be meeting in the middle. Teams have finished their warm-up, so we'll get ready to play. We'll have the starting lineup here for you very shortly. On the court for the Shamrocks is number 4, Lauren Harvey. Number 11, Katie Sweet. Number 5, Sydney Bigsby. Number 12, Grace Stewart. Number 9, Meg Taggart. And number 1, Peyton Isley. For the Muncie Burris Owls, we have number 20, Katie Nagel. Number 18, Sydney Jones. Number 14, Haley Allison, Rosie Bracken, Grace Mormon, and Corinne Meyer rounds out. And the Shamrocks have first serve. Handled by Bracken to Nagel. Allison sends it over. And net violation on the Shamrocks. Gives the side out to the Owls. They take an early 1-0 lead. Freshman, number 20, Katie Nagel, will be back to serve. for Nagel. Owls leading 2-0. Another low fast serve from Nagel. That'll be a back row attack from the Shamrocks, handled by Meyer. Bracken sets up Allison for the swing. High arching ball. Outside attack down the line. And Mormon can't get there in time. And that'll be a side out to the Shamrocks. Into the lineup, number 6, Chloe Owens, and she'll be back to serve for the Shamrocks. Handled by Nagel. Into the net, and Owls can't dig it out. That's a point to Westfield. We're all tied up at 2 points apiece. Owens back to serve again. Nagel handles it. She sends it to Bracken. Allison sends it over. Roll shot handled by Mormon. Bracken with the set and a push over from Jones. Outside attack. And Myers there to dig it up. Backdoor attack from Nagel across the court. Tipped over. Nagel's there to cover. Bracken tips it over. And it's knocked out of bounds by the Shamrocks. Point to the Owls. Now leading 3-2.
Serving for the Owls, number 18, Sydney Jones.
Junior Sydney Jones back to serve for the Owls. Short serve. And it's passed over. And there's a net violation on the Owls. That'll tie us up at 3 points apiece. Katie Sweet back to serve for the Shamrocks. Nagel handles it to Meyer. More instead to tip it over, and it bounces around, and Owls can't get it over. That's a point to the Shamrocks. They now take the lead, 4-3. Short serve from Owens, and overpass. Owls are there to recover. Meyer sends it over, and off the block, landing in the middle of the court. Point for the Owls. Paige Turin comes in for Meyer. Haley Allison will be back to serve for the Owls. Short serve. Shamrocks dive for it. Roll shot. And tipped out of bounds by the Owls. Shamrocks leading 5-4.
Subbing in for the Shamrocks,
number 7, Riley Finelli into the lineup, and also number 10, Elena Detmore. There's a serve. Jones to Horan, and Bracken sends that one over. It's tipped over, and Owls diving to get it, but they can't quite make it. That opens up a 2-point lead for Westfield. Short serve handled by Jones, and that's a point for Westfield. Now leading 7-4. And with that, Coach Clark's going to make a substitution. J.C. Johnson for Sydney Jones. Moore back to serve. Nagel right after Johnson. Nagel and Meyer sends it over. Slight attack, and that goes long. That'll be a point for the Owls. Owls trailing 5-7. Freshman Rosie Bracken back to serve. Ooh, Billy puts the net. And that'll be good for an ace for the Owls. Open this one just a little bit higher. And it is. And hard fast serve from Bracken is hard to handle for the Shamrocks. That gives the Owls a point. Now tied up at 7 apiece. Bracken serve. It'll be a free ball over. And Mormon and Nagel pushes it to the back corner. And there's a tip at the net and rolls off a couple of the Alice players, and that'll be a point to Westfield. McAndrews comes into the lineup for the Shamrocks. And lands inbound. Taggart serve.
Serving for the Shamrocks, number 9, Ben Taggart.
Handled by Johnson. Burris tips it over, and the Shamrocks are there to send it right back, and the Owls aren't quite ready. And that'll be another point for Westfield as they lead 10-7. Johnson and that's another point for the Shamrocks, leading 11-7. Taggart serve into the net. That'll be an easy point for the Owls. Grace Mormon back to serve. Jones returns to the lineup for Johnson. Mormon with the high long serve. Backward attack and lands in bounce. And it'll go back to the Shamrock side. They're leading 12-8.
Serving for Westfield, number 1.
Peyton Isley back to serve. Flips the net. Meyer gets it. Nagel sets up. Jones with the attack. Rolls off the block. It'll be a free ball over. Mormon. Nagel gets under it. In, and it's tipped up by Shamrocks. Off bounce, out rope, side attack goes out of bounds. Point to the Owls. Allison enters the lineup, and freshman Corinne Meyer back to serve. And a little fast serve goes right into the net. That makes an easy point for the Shamrocks. Number 5, Sydney Bigsley into the lineup. She'll be back to serve, as well as Lauren Harvey.
Serving for Westfield, number 5, Sheridan Bixby.
Bixby serve is handled by Mormon. Allison Bracken sends it over. Mormon to Nagel. Allison. And tipped over this time, and at the net, and sent over by amazing hustle play by Meyer, and that splits the defenders and gives a point to Westfield, now leading 14-9. And with that, the Owls take a timeout. We'll be back momentarily. Fans, we want to quickly thank Texas Roadhouse. Legendary food, legendary service, all with lots of legendary fun. Call ahead seating at 765-282-7113. Bigsby back to serve. Waiting on the official for a lineup check. And we're ready to play again. Bigsby serve, handled by Bracken, dug out of the net, and the Owls can't get there. They now lead. Westfield now leads 15-9. Bigsby served, handled by Bracken. Nagel gets under it and pushed over by Mormon. There's the middle attack, dug up by Mormon. And that's a point to the Shamrocks. Now leading 16-9.
Let's go, girls. Make a play.
Owls seem to be stuck on net 9. Can't quite get over it. Big short serve. Oh, confusion on the Owls defense gives the point.
Hey, we got to focus. Focus on that ball. Let's go.
Shamrocks leading 17-9. And the service error gives the point to the Owls. Leading, they trail 10-17. Freshman Katie Nagel back to serve. And battle at the net, and that lands on the outside. That'll be a point for the Shamrocks, now leading 18-10. Owens back to serve. And there's an ace for Westfield.
Just shake that ball. Just shake that ball. Somebody call the ball. We'd like your arm to get it. Make a practice. Here we go. Shake it off. Get it up.
Owens back to serve again.
Make a pass. There you go.
Meyer. Bracken knocks it up, and Meyer tries to get it over, but it lands on the court, and that's a point for Westfield. Coach Clark calls the timeout again, and we'll thank our sponsors, Prime Trust Financial Federal Credit Union, where your story matters, offering a variety of consumer and personal financial products and services. Once upon a child, kid stuff with previous experience. Recycle your child's nearly new items and get paid on the spot. And Creek Run Environmental Engineering, taking pride in what they do. With 24 years of service, find them at creekrun.com. Rod Cross with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. Stop knocking on wood because we have you covered. Contact Rod for auto, home, life, farm, and business insurance needs. Contact him at 765-284-5543.
Whose turn is that anyway?
Owens will be back to serve. And there's another ace.
Relax. Just relax. Make this pass. You can do it. Just relax. You all right? Make the pass.
Owens to serve again.
Get up.
And that one goes long, giving a point to the Owls.
Girls, you gotta believe you can do
Serving
it.
for the Owls, number 18, Sydney Jones.
Johnson will be coming in for Jones, and she'll go back to serve for the Owls.
Number 40, Johnson. Serving for the Owls, number 4, Johnson.
Johnson sails over. And it's tipped over. Nagel's there. Bracken sends it over. And double hit gives a point to the Owls. They trail 12-21. Johnson with short serve. And sent down the line for the kill from Taggart. Stewart enters the lineup for the Shamrocks. Sweet will be back to serve. Johnson to Bracken to Mormon. And it's pushover. Nagel sends it up to Bracken. And that's Allison with the swing. And Taggart. And net violation on the Owls. Gives the point to the Shamrocks. Sweet back to serve again. Nagel, Bracken, back set. Allison, but that goes into net. And Sweet will be back to serve for set point. That's the Owls trail, 24-12. And service there keeps the Owls alive. Paige Hurin comes into the lineup for the Owls. Haley Allison back to serve. Owls need a pretty good run here to get back into this. Short serve from Allison. And the tip over from Taggart. And that finds the middle of the Owls. And that ends the first set as the Owls fall 13-25.
Let's go, girls. Hey.
Be back in a moment as the team switch sides and we get ready for the second set. Welcome back, Owls fans, as we get ready for the second set. Owls dropping the first one 13-25. And for the lineup, in for Westfield, that's who we're playing, is Isley, Stewart, Bigsby, Taggart, Harvey, and Sweet. Owls have Bracken, Prater, Jones, Nagel, Harin, and Mormon. And Corinne Meyer will be subbing in as libero for Harin. And Katie Nagel will be back to serve. Nagel serve starts off the second set. Back row attack, flips the net. I'll send it right back over. And into the block. Free ball sent over Meyer to Bracken. Prater. And Mormon, Nagel sends it up to Prater. She tips it over the block. Free ball sent over. Nagel's there. Bracken sets it up. Jones with the middle attack. And into the net. Oh, the Shamrocks point to the Owls. Owls now lead 1-0. Nagel serve. Tipped out. Out of bounds. Ace for the Owls. Nagel serve. Tip. And sent up by Isley. Rolled shot over. Nagel's there to cover it. Bracken. Roll shot from Prater across the court. Middle attack. Nagel. Katie digs it up. Bracken sends it over. Attack. And it goes out of bounds. Point to the Owls. Owls now leading 3-0. Short serve from Nagel. Bigsby. Taggart sends it down the line for the kill. Owens enters the lineup for the Shamrocks. She'll be back to serve.
For the Shamrocks, number 6, Chloe Owens.
Serve. Handled by Mormon. Meyer runs it down, and Owls can't get there. That'll give the Shamrocks their second point of the set, as they still trail by 1. Allison enters the lineup for the Owls in the place of Mormon. Sweet. Meyer handles it. Nagel sets it up to Prater. She roll shots it over. Down the line from Taggart again. And that's another kill for the Shamrocks. They've tied it up 3 points apiece. And Owen's serve goes long. That's a point for the Owls. They now lead 4-3. J.C. Johnson is going to replace Sidney Jones and come in to serve.
J.C. Johnson. Serving for the Owls, number 4, J.C. Johnson.
Short serve over. And it's tagged. Johnson. Bracken tips it over and finds the back corner. Point for the Owls. They've opened up a 2-point lead, 5-3. Short serve. Tip down the middle and tipped out of bounds by the Owls. That'll give the serve back to Westfield. Sweet will be back to serve for the Shamrocks. They trail 5-4 over under the Owls. Nagel, Bracken, Prater sends it down the line. Diving dig, and it's dug out of the net and set over Nagel. Bracken again. And attacking air on Harvey gives the point to the Owls. They're leading 6-4. Prater back to serve for the Owls. Short serve. And there's an ace for the Owls. Now leading 7-4 in the second set. Owls showing a little bit more energy in this second set. Back row attack. And that goes long. Another point for the Owls. Now they've doubled up the score, 8-4. Isley to Bigsley. Prater digs it up. Nagel calls for the set. Allison sends it across the court. Roll shot, rolls over the net. Bracken to Nagel. Allison. And it lands in the court. Point for the Owls. Now leading 9-4. Jenny Connie Prater back, still continuing to serve. And that sails out of bounds. That'll be a side out for the Shamrocks.
Coming in for Westfield.
Detmore back to serve for the Shamrocks. And Jones. And that's an ace for the Shamrocks. Owls still leading 9-6. Short serve, handled by Corinne to Bracken. Allison sends it over. Tipped over, Nagel's there. Tipped over from Bigsby. Oh, no. There's the attack. Bracken sends it back to Corinne. As the attack goes long, that's a point for the Owls. Owls now lead 10-6. Freshman Rosie Bracken back to serve. Into the net. And that's an easy point for the Shamrocks. Stewart enters the lineup for the Shamrocks. Taggart will be back to serve. Johnson to Meyer. Pushed over by Allison. Punched over. Meyer's there, and Allison can't quite get there. Owls still leading 10-8. Taggart continuing to serve for Westfield. And there's an ace for Westfield. And with that, Coach Park's going to call a timeout. Owls holding on to a 1-point lead, 10-9 in this second set. Want to thank Mo Southwest Grill. There is no Iron Team, but there is an Iron Burrito, offering delicious Mexican cuisine made fresh from ingredients that you love. Find Mo's at 909 West McGalliard. Berrywinkle frozen yogurt with 15 flavors of frozen yogurt and more than 50 toppings. Berrywinkle is the best place for dessert in Muncie. Central Indiana Orthopedics. Their world-class team of orthopedics experts is devoted to providing customized treatment plans focused on your needs and goals. I want to thank all our sponsors and remind them when you stop in, please tell them you heard about them on the Cube. Taggart continuing to serve. Meyer to Nagel, Bracken, pick up by Isley. Bracken's there. Nagel, Allison into the block, out, and they said, right. Oh, said it didn't clear the tape. That gives a point to Westfield, and we're all tied up at 10 points apiece. Bracken tipped it overpass, and Westfield makes them pay for it with an easy kill. Mormon will enter the lineup for Allison. Taggart continuing to serve as Shamrocks have taken the lead. Oh, and that'll tie us up at 11. Jones enters the lineup for Johnson. Mormon will be back to serve for the Owls. And they knock that one into the scorer's table. That'll be a point for the Owls. They take the lead. 12-11. Moment sent over by Isley. Myers there. Nagel tips it over. And the left on Westfield gives the point to the Owls. Yep, referee explaining exactly the call to the Westfield captain. Mormon continuing to serve. And there's the service here, and that's a point to the Shamrocks. Owls holding on to a 1-point lead, 13-12. Isley will be back to serve for Westfield. Clips the net. Bracken digs it up. Back set from Nagel. Attack from Hurin. There's the attack. Owls can't get there. And we're tied at 13 points apiece. Isley serve. And it bounces off the rafters. Owls can't track it down. And the Shamrocks take the lead, 14-13. Meyer handles the serve. Bracken sends it forward. Nagel sends it over with a free ball. Down the line, there's Bracken. Mormon. Bracken's going to send another free ball over. Middle attack. Myers there. Nagel sets it up. Hurin, and that goes out of bounds. So that's a point for the Shamrocks. They now open up a 2-point lead, 15-13. Isley back to serve. Bracken dives for it. Jones sends it over. And a lift by Westfield gives a point to the Owls. They trail by 1, 15-14. And we're checking the lineup here. Meyer will be back to serve for the Owls. And Meyer's serve is over, handled by Isley. Set. Attack. Owls to the block. Nagel knocks it up. Meyer sends it forward. Platter sends it over. Outside attack. And that goes long. Owls now have tied it up at 15 points apiece. Short serve from Meyer. Rolls over the net. Missed time by Westfield. And Westfield coach gets a yellow card. Owls now lead 16-15. Fast serve from Meyer. And Meyer digs it out. But unfortunately, Owls used one too many hits to hit over, and that'll tie us up at 16 points apiece. Bigsby returns to the lineup, as well as Harvey. Bigsby will be served for the Shamrocks, as we're tied up at 16 points apiece. And that serve goes out, and that's a point for the Owls. They take the lead, 17-16. Freshman Katie Nagel will be back to serve. Bigsby. And double touch. Gives a point to the Owls. They now lead 18-16 in the second set. Nagel continuing to serve. Flips the net. Sends the Shamrock scrambling. There's a free ball. Nagel sends it up. Bracken. Jones. And that doesn't make it. That's a point for the Shamrocks. Owls clinging to a 1-point lead, 18-17. Owens enters the lineup for the Shamrocks. Corinne Meyer dives for it. Prater sends the swing. It's tipped over by Sweet. Bracken, Nagel with the back row attack. Taggart tips it over and it bounces around and lands on the outside of the court. That ties us up at 18 points apiece. Owens continuing to serve. Low fast serve. Set over immediately by the Owls. Tipped over. Mormon sends it in the net and Owls can't dig it out. Shamrocks take the lead, 19-18. And with that, Coach Clark takes a timeout. Want to thank Mahdi Grill, where they serve authentic Egyptian grilled food, serving lunch, dinner, coffee, and drinks. Good for groups, dine-in, or takeout. Find them on Mahdi Grill on Facebook or stop in at 2144 West White River Boulevard. Star Insurance, committed to serving the needs of our community by helping protect what matters most, both professionally and personally. They're located in downtown Muncie on High Street. O'Neill and Associates gain from a unique, individualized custom plan using an independent perspective. Find them at o'neillandassociates.com or call them at 765-896-9553. And as we return, Owens continuing to serve as the Shamrocks have a 1-point lead, 19-18. And that goes long, and that'll tie us up at 19. J.C. Johnson is for Sydney Jones. She will be back to serve.
Serving number 4, J.C. Johnson.
Serve from Johnson, handled by Isley, quickly. And 2 hits. 2 touches by the setter, gives a point to the Owls. Now leading 20-19. Johnson serve. Tip, and it's in the rafters. And the Shamrocks can't chase it down. Point to the Owls, leading 21-19 now. Back attack, Jones, and it's over. Johnson net. Sweet sends it over. Nagel tips it, goes out of bounds. And that's a point to Westfield. Owls leading 21-20. McAndrews enters the lineup for the Shamrocks. Sweet will be back to serve. Handled by Johnson. Meyer. Bracken sends it over. Pushed over by Sweet. Nagel's there to cover it. Bracken, a middle attack from Mormon. Pushed again from Sweet. To Nagel. To Bracken. Crowder takes a swing. And that'll be a point for Westfield. And we're all tied up at 21 points apiece. Sweet continuing to serve. Meyer to Bracken. Back row attack from Nagel. Pushed over into the block. Point to the Owls. Isley enters the lineup along with Harin for the Owls. Prater will be back to serve. Owls leading 22-21. Handled by Harvey. Prater handles it. Nagel sends it over to Harin, and that'll go out of bounds. And we're tied up at 22. Detmore and Keneally enters the lineup. Detmore back to serve. And easy point for the Owls. They lead 23-22. Bracken back to serve. And Westfield attack goes long. That's a point to the Owls. And with that, Westfield takes a timeout. And as the Owls lead 24-22. Want to thank Savage's Ale House, serving Savage's signature sandwiches, burgers, and beer. Find them at Facebook at Savage's Ale House or stop in at 127 North High Street, Muncie. Meeks Mortuary, serving all of Delaware County with sensitivity, compassion, and respect since 1844. And Fred and Diana Palmer with State Farm Insurance. Bracken will be back to serve for set point as the Owls lead 24-22. Owls have kind of bounced back after losing the first set. There's a set. Outside attack by Tiger. Meyer digs it up. And Owls let it fall. Gives the Shamrocks an opportunity. Taggart will be back to serve. Meyer. Nagel tips it over. Sets it up. Sweet. There's the attack. And it bounces off. And we're going to be tied at 24 points apiece. Taggart will be back to serve. Taggart serve handled by Johnson. Meyer sends it up. Mormon's going to send it over. Set it up. And Stewart with the attack. Nagel. Horan sends it over the block. And apologize for temporarily lost our internet connection. Owls let that one drop, and they lose the second set 25-24 and drop it 2-0 to the Shamrocks. Again, we want to thank all our sponsors: Wendy Meyer with Blue LaRoe, Doug Meyer with State Farm Insurance, Gaddis Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, Texas Roadhouse, Prime Trust Financial Federal Credit Union, Once Upon a Child, Creek Run Environmental Engineering, Rod Cross with Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, Moe's Southwest Grill, Berrywinkle Frozen Yogurt, Central Indiana Orthopedics, Marty Grill, Star Insurance, O'Neill and Associates, Savage's Ale House, Meeks Mortuary, and friend Diana Palmer with State Farm Insurance. Join us tomorrow night at 6 o'clock as the Owls take on the Daleville Broncos right here at Ball Gymnasium. And join us in about a little over 15 minutes for the varsity match as the varsity takes on the Westfield Shamrocks. Please find them on our other link. Thank you and good night.